ang nag-deliver papunta sa bahay nila Pangulong Bongbong Marcos at Speaker Martin Romualdez mag-insert o magpasok ng 100 billion worth of projects sa BICAM. Sana po ay hindi nila ako mapatay bago ko may labas ang lahat.
Oh my God.
Ginawa ko lang ang utos sa akin, pero ngayon, handa na akong harapin ang lahat.
He actually said that he is afraid for his life.
Ginagamit ng administrasyon ang buong resources ng bansa para tumahimik ako. That he will shoot me if I will talk. Gagamitin ako bilang panakipbutas sa kanilang kampanya laban sa korupsyon. Hindi na ako mananahimik, ilalabas ko ang lahat ng katotohanan.
Oh
may
boy,
resibo,
oh boy.
may ebidensya at may pangalan. Para sa bawat Pilipino.
I suppose those were the highlight of Zaldy's speech regarding the flood contractors debacle in the Philippines. So for those of you who don't know about the flood contractors debacle by any chance, which wouldn't make any sense because for months now, that's all that Filipinos can talk about. And not just the Philippines, even internationally, people have heard about this. So here is a rundown of the situation before we watch Zaldy's speech, regarding this issue. The Philippines is facing a major corruption scandal involving flood control projects worth 545 billion pesos. Okay, that is insane. Investigations found that a significant portion of the money may have been wasted, stolen, or spent on ghost projects. So basically, the projects don't happen, but the money is still being taken, okay? Which is very, very wrong. Too much money, too few contractors. 20% of the entire budget, so billions of money, went to only 15 contractors, and the number one contractor that is being targeted is Zaldy, okay? Raising suspicions of favoritism and rigged bidding. Some companies were very small, but somehow won billions worth of projects. Ghost projects and fake reporting. Government inspections discovered hundreds of ghost projects. Projects listed on paper, but not built in real life. Meaning that the money they will steal, but they will not build the infrastructure to help Filipino people against flooding. Some sites marked completed were either unfinished or did not exist at all. Shameful. Substandard construction. A Senate probe revealed that many built flood control structures used cheap or inadequate materials. This was allegedly done on purpose to allow for kickbacks, estimated at around 20% per project. Huge economic loss. Government estimates said the country may have lost 42 billion pesos to over 118 billion pesos in value due to corruption and non-performance. This affects, obviously, local jobs, flood safety, public trust, national infrastructure planning. Major legal fallout. The DTI and DOJ have filed multiple complaints against contractors and dpwh officials. You will hear, or you must have heard a lot about dpwh, okay, during this whole debacle. The Ombudsman and the Senate are investigating. President Marcos Jr. has ordered asset freezes and promised jail time for those found guilty, which is probably one of the reasons why Zaldy is coming out of the shadows to make a statement, and that's what we will be reacting to. I'm really interested to know what he has to say. Public outrage. There you go. I mean, people marched in the street because of this, and it makes complete sense. Business groups, civil society, and affected residents are demanding accountability and big superstars, known people in the Philippines are also standing up to corruption, just like Vice Ganda. You know, Vice Ganda's speech was powerful and I reacted to it. Protests have grown since many Filipino communities suffer real flood damage due to missing or substandard infrastructure. A massive chunk of the flood control budget was allegedly funneled to a small group of favored contractors, resulting in ghost projects, poor quality work, huge kickbacks, and billions in losses, triggering a nationwide political and public backlash. That is a summary of everything that I just told you, courtesy of my best friend ChatGPT. Maligayang pagbabalik sa aking channel. Ako po si Ovela. I am a former sound engineer and beatmaker turned full-time content creator on YouTube and other social media. Based here in the Philippines now. And without further ado, let's watch the Zaldy speech.
Alam ko na buo ang galit ninyo sa akin ngayon. Nauunawaan ko rin kung bakit.
Oh my God, you have no idea.
Lalo na at malaki ang halagang nakataya. Pero bago kayo humusga, hayaan ninyong ipaliwanag ko ang buong katotohanan. Matagal akong hindi nagsalita dahil may direktang utos sa akin. Huwag nang bumalik ng Pilipinas at manahimik na lamang.
Who is surprised that Mr. Zaldy isn't in the Philippines? Because seriously, if he were in the Philippines and he is found by just a random Filipino that will recognize him, he will get his ass kicked. And maybe even worse.
Umalis ako noong July 19, 2025 para sa aking medical check-up. Nakaplanong bumalik.
Medical checkup? Or was he just simply afraid for his life? Oh my God, what a crazy situation.
Pagkatapos ng SONA ni Pangulo. Pero habang papauwi na ako, tinawagan ako ni dating Speaker Martin Romualdez at sinabihan, stay out of the country. You will be well taken care of.
Isn't Martin Romualdez also part of the government?
Stay out of the country. You will be well taken care of.
That sounds very shady to me. If someone that's part of the government is actually has contact with Zaldy and tells him to stay out of the country, it potentially means that someone in the government is in cahoots with the contractors, no?
As instructed by the President. Noon naniniwala pa ako sa kanila, kaya't hindi ako bumalik. Tumikom ang aking bibig, sumunod ako, pero ang hindi ko alam, ang ibig pala nilang sabihin sa aalagaan ka namin ay gagamitin ako bilang panakipbutas sa kanilang kampanya laban sa korupsyon. Ginawa nila akong poster boy ng kanilang sariling kasinungalingan.
Did they though? I mean, this whole thing started with his daughter, right? Like, not just his daughter, but other contractors' children that were spending an insane amount of money and showing it on social media. So people became suspicious of this. So I don't feel like it started with him, you know, technically speaking.
Ngayon, hindi na ako mananahimik. Ilalabas ko ang lahat ng katotohanan. May resibo, may ebidensya, at may pangalan. Nagsimula ito nung tumawag si Sekmina Pangandaman sa akin nung nag-umpisa ang BICAM process last year, 2024. Ang sabi niya, katatapos lang ng meeting nila ni Pangulo at may instructions na mag-insert or magpasok ng 100 billion worth of projects sa BICAM.
Okay, so he is saying that the president ordered that they insert that much money into the project. Okay.
At sinabi pa ni Sekmina, you can confirm with Yusek Adrian Bersamin dahil magkasama sila sa meeting ni Pangulong BBM noong...
I mean, is there a problem inserting that much money into a project like this? I personally don't think so if it's actually being used, you know, to build proper infrastructures to prevent flooding, right?
Araw na yon. Tinawagan ko po agad si Yusek Adrian Bersamin at tinanong ko kung may instruction nga ba ang Pangulo na magpasok ng 100 billion during their meeting. Ang sabi niya ay totoo nga po. Right after our conversation, tinawagan ko po si dating Speaker Martin Romualdez at nireport ko ang instructions ng Presidente to insert the 100 billion projects. At sinabi niya sa akin, what the President wants, he gets. After ng ilang araw,
See, I don't like that sentence. What the president wants, he gets. What does that mean, man? It means that whatever he says goes, you know, and that does not sit right with me. I think that most decisions have to be put to a vote, you know. One person cannot decide on everything. Otherwise, it will become a dictatorship, right?
nag-set po ng meeting si Sekmina Pangandaman at Yusek Adrian Bersamin sa amin ni dating Speaker Martin Romualdez sa Aguado Building in front of Gate 4 ng Malacanang at nandun din po si Yusek Jojo Cadiz. During the meeting, binigay po ni Yusek Adrian Bersamin ang listahan na worth 100 billion. Tinanong ko po si Yusek Adrian kung saan galing ang listahan. Ang sagot niya, galing kay PBBM mismo at binigay niya ito mula sa brown leather bag. Nung sinabi po ni Yusek Adrian Bersamin yung brown leather bag, naalala ko noong nasa Singapore kami right after the elections of May 2022 sa Hilton Hotel, kami ni dating Speaker Martin and PBBM habang pauwi at pabalik ng Pilipinas, hinabol ng PSG ang brown leather bag at ang sabi ni PBBM, maiwan na lahat, wag lang ang brown leather bag. Kaya naniwala ako na utos talaga ito ng Pangulo. Pagkatapos ng ilang araw, I informed sina dating Speaker Martin Romualdez, Sekmina Pangandaman, Yusek Adrian Bersamin,
He brings up Martin a lot.
and Yusek Jojo Cadiz na kung pwede 50 billion lang ang ipasok sa program funds dahil so sobra ang DPWH funds versus sa DepEd. In practice, hindi pwede na mas malaki ang budget ng DPWH kaysa edukasyon. And yung balance na 50 billion, ilagay na lang sa unprogrammed funds for the 2025 budget. Dahil Office of the President din ang nagre-release ng lahat ng unprogrammed funds. Pagkatapos ng isang araw, tinawagan ako ni Sekmina at sinabi ang mensahe ng Pangulo. Ipasok ninyo yan dahil pinangako na sa akin ni Speaker Martin yan at hindi na pwedeng baguhin.
This is strange to me. He is talking about the fact that the president allocated that much money into these projects, okay? But if you think about it, that's not the issue. The issue is that the money was not put into good use. It was stolen. So if he is trying to defend himself, you would expect him to tell the public that he didn't steal the money, right?
Kumbaga, ang utos ng hari hindi pwedeng mabali. Again, I informed the Speaker and asked clearance about the instructions ng Pangulo. At ang sabi niya, wala tayong magagawa. Kaya po nagtataka ako kung bakit sinasabi ni Pangulo na hindi niya makilala ang budget, samantalang lahat na binawas at dinagdag sa mga ahensya ng gobyerno ay humihingi ng approval sa kanya si Sekmina Pangandaman.
Okay, so I'm not sure if the speech ends there or if there is more, but in the end, he is basically saying that he got an order straight from the president to put that much into the projects, right? And basically, he thought that that amount of money is too much, right? But in the end, what are Filipinos really angry about? Maybe they are angry about the amount of money that's put into these projects. But when you think about it, it is important to prevent flooding, right? And to fix this problem because Filipinos are literally losing their lives because of it. So any amount of money, I think, is welcome. But I think what they are really upset about is the fact that that money is actually being stolen, man, and not being put to good use. And yet, that is not what he was talking about, you know? It doesn't seem to me like he is saying that he is innocent, which is strange. Which is why also I think maybe there is more to this speech, but this is the only one that I could find and that also had English subtitles. Also, I'm not sure if the English subtitles are accurate. So I will count on you to tell me if the translation was accurate, and also do not hesitate to share your thoughts, and if there is a sequel to this speech, do not hesitate to send me the link so that perhaps I can react to it as well, or just watch it by myself off camera. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Have a great weekend. And of course, if you found value in this reaction and you'd like to watch more reactions of me regarding this issue, you can do so right here.